Hi, I'm Natasha.
And I'm Patrick.
This video is a part of our Around the Back, Around the World project. It's the fourth step in our Slingshot aerial, so it's going to be the last step showing you how to go all the way through.
Make sure to check out the first part, which is the prep, the second part, which is how to spot, the third part, which is the plateau, and now we go for the whole thing. All right, so before going all the way through this aerial, we're going to show you how to land safely. So we're going to start with a small exercise, starting with the feet, pretty much the width of the hips. We're going to go into a down, up, and then down. As you land, make sure that you're not standing just on your toes. That won't be stable. You want to roll your feet all the way to the heels. And then when we get to this position, try to keep it down instead of just bouncing out of it. All right? So watch, it goes 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, down.
And try to contract.
Stay here. You want to contract everything. Yeah? Once again, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, down. All right, from this down, what we're going to do is just release the tension to go into our rock step. That's how we're going to get back into our dancing after the aerial. So if we do that all together.
Followers, we're going to be rock stepping with the right.
Leaders with the left leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, down, and rock step. Once again, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, down, and rock step. All right, now that we know how to land, we're going to go all the way through with the slingshot. So here, leaders, we had the plateau. In order to go all the way through, I'm just going to push the forward through with my right arm, keeping this arm up so that the forward doesn't land too low. And basically what's going to happen is that I won't jump, obviously, during the aerial, but I still want to assist the landing of the forward. So as the forward will be landing, I'll be also absorbing. For the followers, we went up to the plateau, so we were driving this left leg up, and then we had the right leg following through. So we want to continue in that motion, trying to drive our knees in this direction. We're going to tilt our head back. Really make sure that you use your head, followers, as you're going through the motion. Keep your eyes open, it's always a good idea, and spot the floor as you're coming through. That way you'll be able to aim for the floor as you're landing instead of being surprised by it. Okay, so really make sure you have your eyes open, tilt the head back all the way through. So we're going to show you first the aerial all the way through very slowly. You can try that also by yourself, but make sure you have the spot. We're going to show you without the spot so that you can see what's happening. You can see Natasha tilting her head back, bringing her knees together, me pushing through, and the landing, but make sure you do that with your spot. So we're going to do that with our starter step. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, pushing through and landing. And then from here we release into the rock step.
So you see how Patrick was trying to be high enough here so that I'm not too low at the end. He wants to give me this good support, but he's absorbing at the same time as I'm landing.
All right, if we do that with a little bit more energy from this side, 5, 6, 7, 8, rock, step, 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 and rock, step, step, and rock, step. Now, if we show you the aerial with our friend Ali as a spot. All right, making sure that he's holding the right way. He's on the side. Here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and rock, step, 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 and rock, step, and rock, step. From this side, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and rock, step, 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 and rock, step, and rock, step. And finally, on this side, whip. 5, 6, 7, 8, and rock, step, 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 rock, step, and rock, step. All right, thank you very much. Thanks. So as we mentioned earlier, we really use the landing to time the exit and to go back into our dancing. Count-wise, if you start this aerial on the one of the music. So after the starter step, the rock step going into the aerial being the one, then typically if the music is fast enough, you land the aerial on the 7. So basically we're going to have a 7 holding 8 and then starting back the dancing on the following 1.
So if you want to add that starter step, you could do it twice to make it an 8 count and then go through your aerial after. So we could actually go
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so that's basically our slingshot. A few things here that we wanted to mention is that, first of all, as you're doing it with your spot, you're going to get used to using this hand followers as a support and to help you go through the aerial. Once you start to get more and more comfortable with the aerial and that you're considering taking out the spot, please do it gradually. So the first thing would be to go through it, but really try to pretend that nobody's holding your hand forward. So try to be really light with it and try to pay attention that you're not using this arm. You could also ask the spot if he feels like you are using it or not. So try to do that a few times. Get comfortable with the idea that nobody will be holding this hand, okay?
Afterward, you can try to remove the spot, but just go until the plateau. What might happen is that forward, because nobody's holding here, you might start to try to grab onto the leader. So don't do that.
Make sure your arm stays out here as you're going into the plateau.
Just the plateau, keeping your arm out. And then try to go all the way through, but keep the spot nearby so that if something goes wrong, the spot can intervene and grab the forward and prevent her from landing badly.
Yeah.
The last thing we wanted to mention is about this arm hook. So as we said, when we go slowly into it, most likely you'll end up like that. What's going to happen is that if you bring in more energy and you bring more direction into the aerial, at some point that's going to pull out on this arm. You can release some of the tension and just let your arm slide. And eventually, instead of keeping this hook, we're going to grab the wrist of the forward. Leaders, as this is happening, what's going to happen is that as I'm turning away from her, I'm also going to create some distance. So as she goes up, instead of assisting the landing sideways, I'm going to assist the landing facing her, and then we can go back into our dancing from this handhold position.
So once you've practiced this a bit and starting to feel comfortable with it, then you can move on to the around the back videos.